My name is Avery Moore, and I have a special connection with music. I've been listening to music since I was in the womb. My dad used to put headphones on my mother's stomach and play jazz music. And I remember still being in the crib, I don't know, as a 2-year-old. And every night before I went to sleep, I would listen to this Kenny G album. And I would be vibing with it, like, till this one song came on. And it was the last song. So I knew before I would go to sleep every night I was probably gonna cry to this song because it made me feel at the time. I would just cry and I would just instantly feel this wave of sadness over me, and it would just take over me and I would just respond emotionally to it. And I think that's how I've always listened to music. I grew up in a household where I was only listening to jazz or old school music or gospel. It was always that. It was a very protected household, and I didn't start listening to anything else until I got Guitar Hero when I was 12 or 13, and I fell in love with that game. I fell in love with the songs. I fell in love with the opportunity to be a rock star in my living room. I love the experience of expressing myself. I used to always change my avatar, my rock star, to cool, weird hairstyles and hairdos that I wish I could do. And so I really enjoyed that. It put me on a lot of bands: Paramore, Smashing Pumpkins, Interpol, Tokyo Hotel, Nirvana. And I really got to embrace being who I was because I got to see artists be on stage, rage. No matter what form, they were who they purely was on that stage. And so seeing that made me want to have that same spirit. I remember being in middle school not fitting in with people because I was an Oreo, and music was one way. I remember just feeling fed up. I was like, okay, yeah, this is who I am, but like I want to fit in. So I remember like purposely like actually listening to songs on the radio. The only songs that like I really was accustomed to all had messages in gospel music. My mom used to put me on Destiny's Child. I remember being in pre-K listening to I'm a Survivor. Like I used to love that album, and it really like empowered me, especially being independent. Period. That's who I am today. So I feel like music has had this huge influence on my life. And then I didn't start listening to rap music until Wiz Khalifa's Race. And that song, the manifestations in that song, the words, the encouragement of being a star, being who you are, and we are young superstars. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Wiz Khalifa's message was. And he's positive, he spoke properly. Stuff I was being teased about, I saw a rapper enabling himself and being who he was. And so it's not even that, it's just I got to see someone I could relate to, and I needed that. I was tiptoeing around Lil Wayne because he was a rock star too. He knew how to incorporate rock and rap, and those are my two favorite genres. So I loved Wayne. I thought he was genius for that, but I didn't really relate to anything else because I'm listening to the Black Eyed Peas. That's the closest thing I have to rap. Or Lecrae. Like, Lecrae is my rapper for real. So I think that's what I admire so much from these rappers and singers and bands that I listen to is they don't care about the backlash. They don't care. They're going to be purely who they are. And now at 22, I'm the same age as a lot of the people I was listening to in high school when they was trying to figure it out. And they was inspiring me while trying to figure it out. So I feel like now that I'm at the age where I've been experienced some of the stuff I heard in songs, gotten some insight, been through hell, conquered it, came back, I feel like I have a lot to share with you all, and there's a lot of heart in music, and I feel like that is the connection that we need, especially right now. And so it keeps me protected in my thoughts. It keeps me here because I have people I can relate to. It keeps me inspired, and it keeps me motivated and hungry because without it, I wouldn't be here.